morning, everybody. J.R. Fisher here, and I am live in New Orleans, Louisiana, here in the U.S., kind of in the South. And I am joined with Jessica. Jessica, you want to say hi?
Good morning or afternoon or what?
Yeah, or evening or nighttime or whatever it is. Glad to see you guys here. We've got a really exciting webinar today. We're going to be talking about Facebook ads and how they work and really some really cool insights. And I use that word because that's what we're going to really talk about is some insights into Facebook ads and how you can find just like thousands and thousands of audiences. And I know it's tough to find them, and I'm going to uncover a lot of that today. Feel free, and I'm going to click here on the screen. It's going to probably downsize for 1 second. Feel free to click in there where you are at, where you're from. I see people from all over the world, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to click on some of these comments here. So if you would just type in there if you can hear me okay. And I should have asked that in the first beginning, right? Could have been talking for nothing. So just type in there if you can hear me. I would really appreciate that, guys. Put that in there. You see it on your end, Jessica? Just say hello or something if you can hear me. There you go. Sounds perfect, Manuel says. Cool. All right. And let us know where you're from, what part of the world you're viewing this at today. Looks like Africa, England, as always, the United Kingdom. Ferris says, hey, buddy, how are you? Good to see you out there. I know the times may have gotten confusing for some of you. I still did it on the same time. We got Riverside represented there. I guess that's in California because we got Riverside right above us there. So cool. So let's jump into this. I've got a real detailed kind of like screen capture I did for you guys, and it's going to walk you through some stuff. If you've never taken notes before, you're going to want to do this today because it does get a little bit complicated. Now, of course, you can go back and watch this later on. That's not a problem, but it is going to be a little bit more complicated today. Facebook ads, there's a lot to it. I will warn you, don't sign out. If you sign out, then somebody can jump in there and get your spot, and we won't have a spot for you. So let me get to my first screen. I need to downsize this a little bit so I can see things. And we are going to get into it right here and now. All righty. So yeah, we're going to be building audiences with audience insights. And if you haven't been in audience insights before, it can look really complicated. It can look really confusing because there's a lot of parts to it. And some of you guys think, well, audience insights just to kind of figure out what's going on. And it's not really for that. What audience insights is for you to find more audiences, okay? So it's not just like analyzing an audience to see what it is. There's just so much more to it than that. So why are these audiences so important? Now, I hope by now, and we've got some new people in here too, but I hope by now you realize that, Facebook ads are going to be what drives your business, okay? You can't really just put a website up and do SEO, search engine optimization, like you used to be able to do. I know when I got started in 2009, you could actually do some SEO and get some results. And nowadays, you still have to do your SEO, but it's just not going to drive the traffic that you want it to drive. It's too competitive. There's too many websites out there. Everybody can get a Wix website nowadays. So that drives up the competition. Now, we certainly want to do our SEO, but that's just not going to get you the business. So we have to run ads, but just running ads won't even do it anymore. It used to be you could just run ads and get business. But now you have to really get targeted. You have to really go after the right things. So designing related audiences will allow you to build a bigger audience at a lower cost. And what I mean by that is, depending on who you guys focus on, who you target, what the audience is, it can be vastly different in cost. So not all audiences are the same. A lot of people think, well, audience is going to cost the same amount. That's just not the case. It's going to be entirely different. I'm in New Orleans now, and you talk about a mix of different people. If you were trying to sell a product here, there's so many different nationalities and different kinds of people here. It would be hard to do, and Facebook's the same way. There's just so many different people out there, so many people using Facebook nowadays, and they're kind of hidden in different areas. And the areas they're hidden in are usually the areas they like. So we go after those likes. We go after those things that they've liked, and that kind of tells us who they are. So there are 5 steps to build new audiences, okay? And you're going to have to go through these steps if you want new audience. Let's take a look at them real quick. The first one is you got to find related competitors. So if you don't know who your competition is, I'm going to suggest that you go to Google, you go to Facebook, and you type in whatever your subject matter is. I think really Google is better for this because you can find a whole lot of competitors. And then once you find these competitors, you're going to have to go back to Facebook and find their pages, find groups that are related to it. But you got to make a list, and I would say make a list of at least 10 to 15 of these competitors that are doing the same thing as you, because you can learn a lot from them. Even if you think that they're a lot bigger than you and they've got a bigger following and all that, that's not the point. The point is to find somebody who is targeting people who you want to target and kind of piggyback on what they're doing. So the next thing you want to do is go to Audience Insights. Now, Audience Insights, I'm going to show you in just a second where to find that. It's going to be in your Business Manager in Facebook, and I'll show you where to find it, so don't worry about it. But you're going to want to search them in Audience Insights and kind of look them up and see what's going on with them. Next step is you're going to want to check the related likes. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. But we're going to show you how to find all these related likes, because these related likes could, be different audiences for you. They're going to be a whole lot cheaper than just going after, exactly what your niche is. And then we're going to use these related likes to target instead of the main competitor. So what we're doing basically is we're finding these main competitors, and once we find these main competitors, we're going to see the audience that likes them. What else do they like? What other things are they looking at? So then we're going to build a bigger market with these added audiences. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you got any questions, by the way, I forgot to mention, you can just type them in the question area there, right where you put where you're from and all that good stuff. Jessica's going to be off to the side. She's going to be answering a lot of that stuff for you. So don't feel bad about that. Just stick in your questions there. I hope, I see a little bit fewer people. I hope some people didn't get confused on the times, because I know, I'm in a different time zone now, but I think we're still on the same time zone we normally do this on. But some of you may have gotten a little bit confused on that. And as always, guys, remember that after I'm done with this, I'm going to upload it to Facebook. And if you have any trouble finding it, what you want to do is you go to the Art of E-commerce Success, and then you're going to go over to the left-hand side, and there's a section there called Videos. And then once you click on Videos, you click on Albums, and you'll want to pick the coaching calls, and all of the previous ones are in there too. So it's really super easy to find. Okay, so first off, who are your competitors? Like I said, you're going to need to go to Google, and you're going to need to type in your niche. If you know one of your competitors, you can type in, I don't know, Coca-Cola, the sites like Coca-Cola, and you're going to find other people too. So that's another great way to do it. So let's jump right into this now, and I'm going to go to Facebook now in your Business Manager and show you guys how to do this. So let's go get over there right now. Okay, so here I am at one of my ad accounts. This is a smaller one. I think we spent close to $4,000 in this particular one here. And let's take a look at it real quick. And what I want to do is I want to go to these 3 lines up here, okay? And we're going to show you how to use this insight thing. It's really, really cool. A lot of people don't know how to use it. It's under Plan, and then you're going to click on Audience Insights right here. And once it loads, I want to look around a little bit here and explain to you all of the different parts within here, okay? So the first thing I'm going to show you is this box is going to pop up here, and you've got a choice of doing a custom audience, which you'll already have, of course, people connected to your page, or everyone on Facebook. So I'm going to go with everyone on Facebook. Now, the first thing it does is it asks you what country. And since I'm in the United States, it's defaulting to the US. And what it's showing is the mix of people in the US. Now, if you have a term in over here, that will be the blue boxes, and the gray right here is all of Facebook. So it'll show you demographics, page likes,
okay? And it's going to show you the top category here for everybody on Facebook is Groupon. So they're doing pretty good. Pizza Hut is not doing bad, okay? And it does it by category right here. And then location. It's going to show you location. So it's going to show you all the different areas where everybody lives. I'm out in California, so it looks like we got a lot of folks out here. And it also shows the activity right here. Okay, so it can show you pages, like, comments, and all that good stuff. Okay, so now let's get into how to find audiences. Okay, so I sell different things. I sell products, we sell courses, but we'll target this particular insight on my courses. Okay, so the kind of courses I sell are teaching people how to do drop shipping, how to do online businesses. So right here, I'm going to pick an interest. Let me pick somebody who I think may match up. We've got Frank Kern here, and he's a public figure. So let's take a look at him. Now, as you notice here, all these charts are starting to change. Let's go back to demographics right here. And in the demographics, if you notice, all of Facebook is 35 to 44. And that's this right here. Okay, so that's 19%. But 31% right here are Frank Kern. So he's obviously pulling more in women than Facebook is. But if you go to this age category here, Facebook's pulling more than him. So it'll also give you the page likes of the people. Okay, so we'll take a look. So the number one page like is Russ Ruffino, Clients on Demand. So we're going to keep this one in mind here just for later on. It's also going to show you location. If you notice, the location is going to change. So now the biggest locations here, it looks like, are San Diego that likes Frank Kern. Now, I will tell you, Frank does live in the San Diego area. So, of course, maybe people locally here know him. But then again, there's a lot of digital marketers in San Diego also. So we can click See All right here. And if you go to See All, it looks like New York City, is one of the biggest categories right here. Yeah, looks like that's one of the biggest categories. So that's all good and well. And we can look at activity here too. But what we're trying to do is expand our audience, because you can sell to your demographics, your page likes, people bought from you, and do lookalike audiences and all that. But every now and then you want to build it. There's billions of people on Facebook, so we want to build it. So the next part is, let's go over back to demographics here, is I'm going to scroll down here. And if you notice, they've got job title down here, and I can click See All. But let's go up here to page likes, and that's going to change everything down here too. Now, what I want to do is I want to sort by affinity. So I'm going to click affinity, and it's now sorted. So the next popular person is Joe Polish, Ryan Dice, No BS Inner Circle. Okay, that's kind of a cool one there. Russ Ruffino, if you notice, he was up at the top. So what I may do now is I may take some of these people like Russ Ruffino, and I'm going to write down that name. Okay, so I've got Russ Ruffino because those people may be interested in what I'm doing. Now, I know that Russ Ruffino really is high ticket selling, so I probably really wouldn't write him down because he's really high ticket selling, and that's not what our courses are about. They're more about drop shipping. So let's look at some of these other people here. Jay Abraham, I happen to know of him, heard him speak. Now, Billie Jean is marketing. Now, something else cool you can do is you can right-click this, okay, and open that link in a new tab, and we can look at Billie Jean as marketing and see what that particular person is, okay? So here's Billie Jean as marketing, and it's got all of his information here. It shows all the different people he's with, and that looks like that may be a good person because he's marketing, okay? So he would be somebody we would probably put on our short list right here. And here he is with different people, a lot of social proof. So yeah, so we're going to put Billie Jean as marketing here. So we'll go ahead and close this one. So we picked up one new one. Now, if we take out Frank Kern here, and you can do that by just going right here and Xing out. And I put in, let's see, Billie Jean it's not there. And this is going to happen sometimes, guys, and that's why I want you to see this, because this actually takes work. So let's go back to Frank Kern, and some of the likes that you're going to get down here and other people, even though it shows up here, he may not have a big enough audience for it to register. So let me go ahead and click on this, and I'm going to sort by audience here. Now, when I sort by audience, the affinity may go down a little bit here. In other words, how close they are to Frank Kern in similarity. But I'm going to get people here who have, let's see, more likes. All right, so Jim Rohn's 1.4. Jim Rohn is more of a motivational thing. So is Les Brown, Jack Canfield. Let's take a look here. Now, Tim Ferriss, I happen to know, is more about remote working. Okay, so he may be a good one for me. So let's see if I can find Tim Ferriss up here. If not, we'll go right back to Frank Kern again. Tim, there he is, Tim Ferriss, okay? So if I click on Tim Ferriss, it's also going to change up here what the active people are that are interested in this particular person, okay? So Tim Ferriss has got 450,000 to 500,000 people. So him, I would put on my list, okay? And then once I put in Tim Ferriss, obviously all this is going to change again. But I want to go back to Frank Kern. All right, so I'm going to get rid of Tim Ferriss here. And I'm going to go back to Frank Kern and see who else he is connected to. And I've got a couple other names I'm going to stick in here too in just a second. And why are we doing this? Why are we actually trying to fix different names to the same niche? And the reason we're doing that is it could be a lower cost for us. So like, for example, just now, I put in Frank Kern, and I just noticed something here. Software is Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, and Moz. So another one I would probably go after is ClickFunnels, because if you're using ClickFunnels, you are probably doing some type of drop shipping. Now, if you look down here into education, I've got drop ship lifestyle. Let's take a look at that one. It could be a really good one for us. Drop ship lifestyle. Yeah, it's got 90,000 people that like this. So that may be one that I would like to search over here to see what is related to that. And if you notice, I'm branching out more and more from where I started at. Drop ship life. Yeah, see, they're not all going to show up here, guys. And that's what you got to realize when you're putting these in here, that not all of them are going to show up, even though they show up in here as a like. It won't be a particular one that you can actually focus on. So I am going to put in ClickFunnels, so we saw that one. And I've added about 4 of these now. I've added about 4 of these now to my list, which gives me a bigger chance of going after people that are similar. And let's see, ClickFunnels is not working that way. Let's see if I put a space in here. And see, it's not pulling up ClickFunnels, so I can't use that one. That's going to happen. Not a big deal. So I'm going to go back to my original, which is Frank Kern. Okay. And let's take a look at Frank Kern again. And he's got 45 to 50,000 monthly. So let's look down here a little bit more in his. Les Brown, HubSpot, Neil Patel. Now, Neil Patel may be a good one. He does a lot of internet marketing, digital marketing. So let's just click on him and take a look. And he's got 924,000 people. So I would probably add Neil Patel to my list. And let's go back here and see what else I've got. Let's see more. Russell Brunson. Now, Russell Brunson, he's got an audience of 15.9 thousand people, which probably wouldn't be big enough. You've got Napoleon Hill Foundation. Let's see. Not quite sure who this is. Let's take a look at it. That's not a big enough audience, so let's not do that one. As a matter of fact, Bob Proctor. Let's take a look at Bob Proctor here real quick. Okay. And it doesn't look like he's really a drop shipping kind of guy. So we aren't going to go for that one. But we are going to go back here, and I'm going to just put in, I'm going to take out Frank again and put in drop shipping. Okay. So now we've got in here drop shipping, and we've got 800 to 900,000 people. Let's take a look at who else they like if they like drop shipping. It is kind of funny they like Tosh.0. Now, Tosh.0 is a comedian, and I don't know if you'd want to target that. Seems kind of strange for drop shipping. It looks like drop ship lifestyle is there again. I don't know why that didn't show up on the side here. Let's try that one more time. Drop ship style. It just doesn't want to show up. And some of them don't, guys. And it can be frustrating for you, and I know that. But understand this is a process of building these audiences. Looks like Shopify is pretty good. Let's see if Shopify shows up. Shopify software does. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of drop shipping, and we're just going to leave Shopify in here. Okay? Shopify is something you would use if you're selling products online or making funnels, that type of thing. So let's look at the demographics here of Shopify. It's funny, it's pretty close to what Facebook is, but we're going to go to the page likes to see what else we can get out of here. So I'm probably going to add Shopify as one of my audiences, but let's see who else they like down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort by Facebook so we can get some big audiences here. 12 tomatoes. Let's see what that is. I have no clue what 12 tomatoes is. Every time I go in here, I find something new, something cool, something different, right? And let's see. They've got 9 million people that like this. And it looks like it's recipes. Yeah, so they're saying people who like ClickFunnels, right? But look what they've done here. They are selling t-shirts. So although they're posing as a recipe group here, they're also selling products. So that's what they're doing. Tons of recipes, and every now and then sell a product. Okay. All right. So we know what they are. So they're not going to be good for my list, probably. Let's see who else. The penny hoarder. I have no idea what that is, but let's take a look at it. And these different kinds of audiences that aren't directly related to what I'm selling can be much cheaper sometimes. You get 6 million people like, so just take a look. Penny hoarder, Sam's Club. Yeah, maybe an audience I would put on there. I would probably put this on my list to target people, with my courses. I would put that on there. So that's what I'm going to add there is the penny hoarder. So I'm writing that down off to the side here. And who else can we find here? Mike Epps. Don't have a clue who that is. I probably should. You guys listening probably know who Mike Epps is. Sorry, Mike Epps. Sorry if I don't know you. Comedian's journey from Naptown to Tinseltown. Okay, so this is a comedian, so this is really not going to be what I want. Apparently, people who like Shopify like comedy too. That's kind of a funny thing. Let's see who else we've got in here. Southwest Airlines, Steve Harvey. Wayfair is a shopping site. So Wayfair actually may be a group of people I'm going to target because if they're buying stuff online, maybe they want to sell stuff online. I don't know. So this is all a test thing. These audiences are not going to be exact to what your product is. These are ones that are related to your product. So that's what we're going after. Let's see what this one is. This is Zulily. And this is obviously makeup stuff. If not, they have a terrible banner, right? Let's see here. They're selling some t-shirts. They got some videos. They're selling products here. So it's product sales. It may be one I would want to go after. I would write it down. Now keep in mind, we're going to be starting all of these extra audiences with Maya Angelou. It's interesting. The Thrillist. We're going to be starting all these with a low budget of only $5. So that's we're just testing. Is all we're doing. We're going to do this for maybe 3 or 5 days just to see if we get any action out of any of them. Most of them, probably 80–90% of them are going to fail. They just will, guys. And that's the way it is. What you're trying to do is just throw a few dollars out there to see what you can find. And, people who like Shopify, number 14 thing they like is IKEA. So I may put IKEA on my list. Let's see what else we have. They like Whole Foods Market, you know? Who would have thought it? Whole Foods Market are people who also like Shopify. Steve Harvey. So your whole goal here is to pick up, 10, 20, 30, whatever you can find audiences in here that are going to work for you, that are going to get you more audiences and more similar type audiences, but at a lower cost. That's what we're trying to do. Now, if you want, you can change it, your age and gender right here. Of course, I showed you how to put in these interests here. You can have certain connections. If you wanted to add certain connections people are connected to. So you can say people who are connected to, let's say the Shopify. Now you can say people who are connected to, when you click here, it's going to give you a drop down of all your different pages. So I have a bunch of different pages. I can select one of those if I wanted to, or people not connected. So I could put in here, people, like Digital Cash Academy is one of my courses. And if I'm trying to search for more people to sell that particular course, the people who are already connected to Digital Cash Academy, maybe I wouldn't want them because they already bought the course. So I may want to stick Digital Cash Academy in there and Shopify to see what I came up with. Then I may look at the statistics and see what happened there. How did that change? Now, this says here I could get 2.5 to 3 million active people. I like to stay around 500,000 up to 1.5 million. So if I don't get enough when I put in these interests, one of those interests that I wrote down off to the side, what I'll probably do is add 2 or 3 of those interests together and make that into one audiences. So that's basically all you really need to do. I'm looking down here, retail companies, so you could go after Big Lots, Wayfair's in here again, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. So, people who like Shopify, like TJ Maxx, so who would have known, they like those things. So I may go after some of those. I may go after, they look like they're into some recipe stuff here. I may go after that just to see. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it'll work. Planet Fitness is a big one here. So, maybe people who like to work for themselves and people who do drop shipping, can go to Planet Fitness, because, they have the time off to do it. So you're really, really getting deep now when you're getting into this. And if you notice, we're a product or service, Wix. So I may go after people who are trying to build websites that are cheap. And as a matter of fact, let's just stick Wix in here to see what we get. So I've got Wix.com. And when I put Wix.com in here, I get 600 to 700,000 people. Now, if you've got a Wix website, or you're interested in Wix, those are for people that don't know how to build a website. They don't know how to do anything. And it looks like a plug and play thing for them. So when I put in Wix, I also noticed Vistaprint here. So Wix would definitely go on my list. And then Vistaprint is, this mail order printing. So if you're starting a new business, you may go to Vistaprint because you want really, really cheap printing. Obviously, Facebook Business, somebody who's connected to that. So any one of these 3 could be really good for me. Let me just scroll through a touch more here. If you notice, IKEA showed up again. So those people are interested in that. What else? Planet Fitness down here again. Steak and Shake. I guess they like that fast food place, right? So there's a bunch. And then if I go down to the page likes again, I see that Wix is here again. Vistaprint is here. Blue Apron. So maybe these people are ordering these food delivery services because they work at home. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Etsy is all the homemade good type stuff. I may want to put that on my list. What else do we have down here? So, but basically, there's so many of these. And let me search this real quick. All right. Just to see what else is in here. Maya Angelou popped up again. Interesting. Zulily popped up again. So it doesn't hurt to take $5, shoot it to one of these audiences for 3 or 4 days. You're spending 20, 30 bucks. And oh my gosh, we spend so much money on so many other silly things. And too many times people don't want to try out a new audience because they don't want to lose $20. It's like, what if one of them hits though? Okay. Yeah. And it's true. Most of them won't. 80 to 90% of them will not work for you. But every now and then you get one, and it way makes up for all these other ones that you're trying to test. So don't just go after your primary market. If you go after some of these, related type sites, related likes for people, you can get a lot cheaper traffic. And when you get that cheaper traffic and one of them hits, boom, you found a gold mine. So give that a shot, give that a try, and I'm sure you're going to find more audiences by doing that.
Okay, guys, let me get back to my other screen here. And also, I want to mention we had an error on today's webinar. When you went there to sign in, it said 1 p.m. and I don't know how that happened. Well, obviously, I know how it happened. It was user error, and I'm the user, so I put something in wrong. But I was trying to figure out different time zones because I'm 2 hours different from San Diego to here, so I do apologize for that. But I appreciate everybody that showed up and found this one. Still you found it. Carrie and Dee and Ferris and Manuel. All you guys called out some of your names here. I can't call out everybody's. But let's get to the question and answer. I did have somebody post in the group, and it was a very, I guess, a broad question. And the question was, how do I keep my account from being, canceled or suspended? Wow, that's a long answer. The first thing you want to do is you want to familiarize yourself with the terms and conditions that Facebook has, and just read through them. Like, don't do an ad with firearms or tobacco or any kind of weapons or violence or those are the big ones right there. And even if you don't do those things, you can still have your ad account canceled. Now, understand, if you have your ad account canceled, it's not the end of the world. You just get another ad account. The only problem is that if you have a pixel that's been really seasoned, and what I mean by a seasoned pixel, if you're new to this, a seasoned pixel is something that you've used that pixel over and over for, let's say, a boating niche, and it's always looking for boating people, and you've got it to where it's converting pretty good, and then they cancel your account. Well, you're going to lose that pixel. Okay, it's going to go away because your pixel stays with your account. So that's a shame, but that is going to happen. I see somebody just joined us here. Mario, how you doing? Appreciate you joining us there. So as far as losing your account, and this is a little bit off track because I was talking about audiences, but I want to also answer your questions. And guys, by the way, you can type your questions now in that box. Let me go to the next screen here. Any questions you have, type it in the box there. Jessica is monitoring those right now, and she will be there to answer those. So, put your questions in there. Somebody saying, why is there a price difference between the audiences? I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I can tell you this: when it's not a direct audience, let's say you're selling boating equipment and you're going after people who, I don't know, like beauty salons, it's going to be cheaper. So if it's not a direct thing, then of course, yeah, it will be cheaper. I'm trying to read some of these questions here. Pixel related to the page. Okay, Jessica's going to answer off to the side. Your pixel is related to what you make it related to. Okay, so.
You didn't read the question out loud.
Oh, I didn't read the question out loud. That would help. Is the pixel related to the page or the business page? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the page or the business page. Your business page is your page. Okay, so that's that. Do you read that differently, Jessica?
Well, I mean, the answer is that the pixel is assigned to the ad account. So whatever you meant.
Yeah, the pixel is assigned to your ad account. And when you first get your pixel, it has no data. In other words, it doesn't look for anything. When you start using your pixel and your conversion codes, let's say you put your pixel on your page and you put your conversion code on your thank you page, which tells Facebook, once somebody goes through and buys your product, that boom, that's the kind of person they're looking for. So now they look at that person and they try to go out and find more people like that. And the more people you can run through there that convert, the better your chances of selling more and more products, because now Facebook says, okay, this pixel is looking for people buying boating supplies. So that pixel is warmed up to that. And I know this sounds really crazy to warm up a piece of data. I mean, it sounds strange to me too, but that's exactly what you're doing. You're warming up a piece of data. Another question here. I have found similar items being sold online for even cheaper. how would that affect my sales when I also need to make a profit? Okay, guys, too often when we're new, we focus on price, 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 price. When you're doing drop shipping, you're not going to beat Walmart. You're not going to beat Amazon. You're not going to beat any of these people. What you're trying to do is find a unique product, okay? You're trying to put it in front of somebody as they're scrolling through their feed and they look at it and go, boom, that's interesting, and it's an impulse buy. That's it, okay? And why are we doing this? We're doing this because if they buy something on impulse from us, what they may do is buy our upsell. They may buy our downsell. It'll get them on our mailing list. Then we can mail them related products. And we're not trying to be the cheapest person online. I mean, I'm not. I can tell you when I sell products, I'm not the cheapest person online, and that's not my goal. I'm not trying to find people that are out searching for a particular product. I'm trying to put something in front of them that is a reasonably priced item that is an impulse buy. So, you know, if I'm selling to people who like cats, it may be a funny looking shirt with cats and, you know, some saying that resonates with them. So, you know, that's really what we're trying to do with drop shipping. And you know what? I don't care if I make any money on the product. All I want to do is put them on my list, because I know for a fact, if I have people who are interested in my niche and I build up a huge list of them, when I mail out to these people, email stuff to them, a portion of them is going to buy. So, you know, just to get somebody on the list is very, very cool for me. Do you have more questions in there, Jessica?
I'm actually getting a lot of different questions about, like, can I do this? Can I do that on a Facebook ad? So I just put in the chat, guys, the link to Facebook's advertising policies. So it is facebook.com/policies/ads.
Somebody else is also asking Jessica about a mailing list. I think we have an affiliate link to Aweber, and somebody else wants the link to ClickFunnels, so you can build your funnels. Guys, these are really great tools. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you use them. There's some other tools that are a little bit more complicated, but if you're just starting out, these would be all you'll need. Aweber will give you, I just got a message from somebody about the times. It's screwed up. Let's see here. Sorry, JR, but it would be 2 p.m. Orleans time. To be 11. Okay, our times are all screwed up today, guys. So I really apologize to you guys listening. I guess when I went from San Diego to New Orleans, it switched the time on my computer, and even though I put in Pacific Standard Time, it went to Central Daylight Time. So that was kind of screwed up. But you guys who signed up and you still showed up, I'm just totally impressed that you can do that. So anyhow, as far as these tools go, you want to have a good email list provider, and there's a lot of good ones. I mean, you don't have to use the one I'm recommending, but it's a good one, and I think you get a free trial, so why not? And that's Aweber. And then ClickFunnels is a really simple way, and I say simple, it's still complicated. All this stuff's kind of complicated, but you can learn it. If I can learn it, you can learn it. Remember, I can't even type. I mean, I'm just not good at this stuff. You just got to kind of force yourself, you know, and it doesn't matter how old or how young you are. It's got nothing to do with your brain power. You know, you just get out there and try it. But ClickFunnels is something you can actually build your funnel in. In a funnel, you know, somebody's asking, what is a funnel? A funnel basically is when you advertise that product on Facebook, whatever it is. You know, it could be that cat t-shirt that I just referenced. When they go to that page, there's a couple things you want. You want to be able to offer multiples of that. So 1, 5, or 10 of that t-shirt. If you offer multiples, there's going to be a certain percentage of people who are going to buy more than one. If you don't offer multiples, they're not. So, you know, you want to have that. You also want to have an order bump. And what an order bump is, a little box below that product where they can just click the box and get that extra item. That extra item, you know, let's say if you're selling cat t-shirts, it could be a cat mug, something around the same price that you could send out to those people. Then after you do that, you want to have a OTO, which is a one-time offer. So once they've agreed to buy your t-shirt or mug or not buy the mug, it goes to another page. It tries to sell them a more expensive item. Now this could be I don't know, I'll use an example of a cat jewelry that's maybe $40 or $50, okay? And you're selling your t-shirt for $8 or $9 or $20. So that's something that's more expensive. So you want to have multiples, and then you want to have a bump, and then you want to have an OTO or one-time offer. Now, if they say, I don't want your OTO. I don't want your one-time offer. Just take me to, complete my sale. I hit them with a downsell, and a downsell is going to be a cheaper item. And it says, okay, you don't want that piece of jewelry. How about this necklace for only $9.99? This is only $9.99. So we try to sell them that. And you can have multiple OTOs. So you could, if they buy one of these, expensive jewelries, you offer them a sweatshirt, you offer them I don't know, bedspread, you offer them whatever. And I know people will have 4 or 5 of these OTOs right after their initial sale. So you can do that too. Jessica, you got more questions in there? Or you want me to take them from my side?
Let's see. So Ferris is kind of asking a little bit more about, well, he's saying that he's been running his campaigns through his Facebook business page as opposed to the ad page alone. So I think you might want to direct him to some previous coaching calls where you go through.
Yeah, I tell you, Ferris, the thing to do really is you want to go in, and you don't want to really run an ad from your page at all. What you want to do is you want to go to your page post, and you want to put a post in, okay? And you have a choice of running a post to your page or just running it for ads. So what you do is you put a post in, whatever that, because you want this to look generic. You don't want this to look like an ad. So you want to put the page post in there, which I have some videos on that. And then when you go to run your ad, you want to use existing post and get that post number and stick that in, and that will pull up that post. And what you're really doing is running an ad to the page post. So that's what you want to do there. You don't really want to just go in and run an ad. You want to have these as page post. Let's see here. What else do you got in there, Jessica? ClickFunnels. Somebody said ClickFunnels is expensive. And I get a kick out of that, because if you're making money, no offense to you, but it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, okay? There's a reason things cost money. ClickFunnels works. I mean, it'll make you money. So if you're making money and you're making more than you're spending, it's a good deal. And I'm not saying I didn't think the same thing. I thought, well, some of the plans are really expensive. They're thousands of dollars, not a month or anything like that, but I mean, for a year. But if you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, who cares? And you can also go in there and get their free trial, which is something. Let's see. I'm reading one of the questions. How can I run upsells and downsells and side sells? Side sells. Oh, side sell. Side sell. You use ClickFunnels basically. And you could do these on your own. You could pay a programmer to do all this. But if you try to pay one programmer to build a funnel for you, and you saw how long it took them, and you saw how much it cost, you would think ClickFunnels is cheap, which it is compared to these things. Like I said, there is a learning curve on it though. And I hope we're not, we're getting kind of over on time now, guys. And I don't want to keep too long. Now, keep in mind, I try to do these every single Friday, but post in the group too. Some of you guys are really good about posting in the group and putting your questions in there. You don't have to wait until we do a coaching call. I give you free advice all week long. Jessica's looking through. Will this video be put on Digital Cash Academy as well? It will be put on DCA if you're a member of DCA. Yep, it will be uploaded there. And it's also going to be in the Facebook group. All you have to do is go to the Art of E-Commerce Success, and you're going to go off to the left where it says videos, click on albums. I know it sounds like a lot of clicks already, but then click on coaching calls, and you're going to find it in there. I try to stick some of these on YouTube, but my God, there's so many places I got to put these things. It's just, it gets overwhelming. Ferris is asking about Kartra. I think he means Kartra. Kartra, I'm going to be doing some training on down the road. We're still beta testing that. And what Kartra is it combines a lot of these things, guys. It combines like landing pages and funnels and email lists and videos and all these things. And it's going to be a little over some of y'all's heads. So I am going to be doing some training on that. So you'll have that. All these new things I try to give you training on. Let's see here. Versus ClickFunnels, Ferris says. Yeah, Kartra versus ClickFunnels right now. If you're not experienced, go with ClickFunnels. Do a shorter plan, because if you get into Kartra, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. If you've got some experience, get into Kartra, and I'll have a special link for you guys real soon on that. I'll try to post it in the group. And it's like this is what I tell a lot of people. If you're trying to get training from somebody and you're trying to learn, make sure they sell products every single day. We sell products every single day, because if they don't, this technology changes so much. There's so much out there. And it's like, Kartra, if somebody wasn't, hasn't sold products online in 3 months, they wouldn't even know about it. So, you got to find somebody to teach you or to show you who sells products online. You can Google Survivalcave Food. You'll find millions of results and thousands of sites that it's sold on. So we do this stuff every single day. We actually sell online every single day. And that's the only way I can stay on top of it, because if I don't know anything. And I also go get training. I'm a member of groups, and we meet up and we share ideas, and then I bring those ideas back to you guys. So this is not, learn how to sell something online and go off and do it by yourself for the rest of your life, because it changes too much. There's too many new things that happen. So if you're not out there doing this on actively, and I see I got a couple more people joined us because I screwed up the times. Hey, William. Mr. Hodge is out there. He just joined us. I know I screwed up the times. I know. Screwed up the times. I don't know how I did that. I really don't. I know how I did it. Here's what I did. I didn't have Jessica check behind me. And that is a huge error on my part, because she's really good about this stuff. So guys, I really appreciate you being with me today. I'm getting ready to head over to the French Quarter. We're going to spend some time over there today, and I'll probably do a video or two, try to get them posted. And I know I've posted a few videos in the art of e-commerce success that have nothing to do with e-commerce success, and I tell you guys not to do that. But I'm just kind of trying to take you on the trip that we're on right now in New Orleans. I thought maybe you would enjoy it, see some of the sights, the music, and all that. And I'm going to be doing some more of that today. So, and we'll be here through tomorrow, and then I'll be heading back towards San Diego. Remember, post in the group. And put your questions there. You can send support tickets if you're a member of DCA. Jessica, people are asking what DCA is. Can you get a link? There is a free webinar you can watch if you're not a member of DCA. It's an incredible course. Those of you who haven't know that. There's incredible software in it. It helps you find audiences. It helps you find products. Oh my God, that helps you look at other people's ads, that checks the profitability of products. So if you're not a member of that and you're in this coaching call today, you definitely want to check that out, because it's really, really quite cool. So guys, I want to thank you for being here today. I hope you got something out of this. I hope you learned something about audience insights. You post in the comments there. I'd love to hear your comments. If you don't like something, you can tell me. That's fine. I'll work on it. Ferris says your lunch pictures are lovely. Yeah, we have been doing some eating here. I'm telling you, if you've never been to New Orleans, show up here one day. If you can ever get here, put it on your bucket list. I've been here many times. I love the food, the Cajun, the Creole, the fresh seafood, the oysters. We went, and in the U.S., this is inexpensive, by the way, but we went and ate oysters yesterday. They were $1 a piece, and normally they're $2 to $5 a piece. So, that was a huge savings. And, I look for those little bargains out there. I like that. I think that's cool. I want to thank you guys for being part of the group. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Jessica's going to jump in here in just a second and tell you goodbye. And I'm getting ready to do it today and get over there to French Quarter. So, guys, have a wonderful day. I appreciate you being there. And I'll tell you goodbye at this point. Jessica's going to tell you goodbye right now.
Bye, guys.
I will see you later. Thank you so much.